Yo, what's up, everybody? This is A.L. Johnson with Elevated Men. What's going on? It is our Monday night live stream where we talk about all things men's mental health. I hope you all are enjoying the football game. The last time I checked, the Chiefs were up, and we are 4-0, soon to be 5-0. But yeah, welcome to the show. So tonight we're talking about mental health and how it affects everyone, not just the extremes that we focus on. And so a lot of times when we think about mental health, we think about people who are homeless or strung out on drugs or are in these very extreme situations. And although their situations are important, I believe that a lot of times we overlook the average man and woman who's dealing with common everyday struggles, who has poor mental health. And when one person's mental health is affected, it affects the others around them because they're not at the highest version of themselves. Therefore, there's a lot of things that happen with that. And so before we get into the conversation, I just want to say good evening to my brothers, LaRon Barnes, L. Beasy. How you doing, bro?
What is going on, my brother? I'm doing better than good and better than most. And if I was doing any better, I'd be you, my brother.
Oh
Or
man,
AB at
bro.
least.
There you go. There you go. And AB, how you doing tonight?
Hey man, I'm doing great. I'm trying to text you right now to let you know about the lights that's going across your face right now.
Well, why
Yeah.
you telling me if you texted me and texted me if you're telling me? You got to pick one. But
Oh dang. No, I can't
but
commit to it.
thank you, man. Tell me what's that shirt you got on?
So I got this shirt from our other brother, Lauren Jones. He gave this shirt to me last Saturday at this event I was at. And the event, I mean, I don't even know what it was. What it was, I think it was like a mental health event. It was a whole lot of people there, a lot of information being shared. A lot of people was excited about what they were hearing. In fact, dude looked just like you, who was on stage talking to a whole bunch of other people. They were like, I mean, they was heavy with it. They had all kinds of information, and it was, dude, at the end of the thing, Lauren, Lauren, was you there too? Because I could have swore maybe I saw you. Anyway, it was the bomb. And dude just walked up to me and gave me the shirt. So I'm wearing it. I'm rocking it.
Man, would that
So,
happen to have been the mental health town hall?
dude, it was that. It was
Was it
that.
from this? Was it from these guys right here?
Dude, it was them.
Oh
Them guys was in the house. Them guys was in the house.
man.
Them
Listen,
guys.
so for those of you who see the t-shirts, Elevating Men has come out with our t-shirts. We got a couple different messages, so I'm gonna show you those real quick. If you want to order them, you can go to Elevating Men. We have different colors, different variations. We have this one here. I love it. I love it. It's got a good message on it. Mental health heals. Mental health matters. It's strength. It's power. It's empowering. It is courage. It changes everything. It affects everyone. It is not a weakness. It saves lives. And most of all, it starts with the conversation. And that's what we do here every Monday night. So we're happy to have you here. But let's get into the conversation real quick. So this is something we talk about off air quite a bit, is mental health for everyone, right? Like the average man who's trying to figure out how to make ends meet, the mother who's trying to take care of her children, doesn't know if she's doing well enough. People in high stress professions like police officers, firefighters, etc. Mental health affects all of us. And so my question to you fellas is, when I make that statement that mental health truly affects everyone, what comes to mind for you, Laron?
I think about from the child in elementary school to the 90-year-old who's experienced the ups and downs of life. Mental health affects everyone, it affects every profession. If you are living on earth, there is something, especially in America, where we are staying, is mental health is at an all-time high. It's a crisis. So at the end of the day, when you think about mental health, it's it comes in and shows itself up. It shows up in many different forms. Some are extreme, where it can put you in a hospital dealing with a certain level of depression, or we can get that deep, or just dealing with bullying, and so you dealing with suicidal thoughts, dealing with different types of stresses, having to take care of a family, and dealing with a certain level of stress where you are lashing out at your kids or lashing out at your spouse, not being able to really settle in, have peace of mind. making rational decisions because we don't have that stable mind. We are in a mental health crisis, brother. And at the end of the day, we need help. And the only way we're going to get help is if we stick together.
That's right. That's right. AB, can you define mental health for us? What is your definition of mental health, and what would be some signs of poor mental health or someone who's possibly struggling?
So mental health, the way you asked me, and I was just getting ready to say something like this, eerie, but it's such a blanket statement. Look, mental health, it actually means nothing. It actually means nothing until a person assigns a direction, a polarity, meaning the health of my mind, the health of my mental status, the health in my mind right here is either good or not good. And a lot of people, I don't even want to use that word good, because a lot of people, when you ask them, hey, how are you? Good. I'm good. Good, man. Oh shit, I'm good, man. And none of that was good. None of that was good based on the definition of good. So mental health, I'm thinking it's we need to get a little bit deeper into that and talk about how is the health of your mind, and do you need mental help?
Ooh, powerful.
Mm.
That was powerful. How is the help of your mind? And do you need mental help? Woof.
So talk about the mental health, Ron. What does that even look like?
Listen, that can come in different forms as well. You can come in just having a associate, having a brother that sticks by your side that you can truly release your hearts to, your deepest passions to, your deepest worries, your deepest fears, and you don't have to worry about them judging you. Having a collaborative group like Elevating Men, where we get together and say, "Hey, look, ain't no judgment here. We support you. We all go through the same things. We all have anger. We all lash out at some point. Listen, some of us don't feel like we're the best fathers, and to be able to release that and to say, I'm working on these things, I want to be a better husband. Having a community of like people who say, you know what, I hurt, I feel your pain, I struggle with life, I can relate to you. And having that safe place where we can come together and not just talk about it, but to say, I want to help you, have resources, help. Resources, some help requires therapy, right? Some
Mhm.
requires just having some type of activities where we can come and bond, group bond with other men, dealing like we did, I believe, a couple of years ago when we had Men's and Boys Day. When we had everybody come out as a community, we had the jungle gym out, the truck out, water was flying everywhere, different vendors out having a good time.
Right.
When we set something up like that shows, hey, we are a community of love. We care. We want to build this thing to so where when you feel that you don't have somebody to talk to, you can talk to us because we have a community of people that actually want to help because we have we have the resources to do it.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes it really is that simple. Somebody to talk to. Right. We talk about connecting people with therapists and all of these systems and programs and all of those things. And um, I've just had good friends that I've been able to vent to that have given me their perspective and shared their struggles and how they overcame them. Or sometimes it's just a listening ear is all we need. We just need to get it out. See, his ear is itching because I'm he's one of those people that I vent to, so he knows what I'm talking about. But Andrew, just like from your experience, how true is that it isn't always about professional help because we kind of get caught up in that a lot. Um, how important is friendship and the network that you build around you?
So loneliness is one of those painful places. Being alone is one of those painful feelings. And to know that you are not alone, oh man, that is empowering. That is comforting. That is strengthening. That is all those adjectives that says I am not alone inside of my pain. I am not alone inside of my world. I am not alone in this shit. And man, It helps a person breathe. It helps a person breathe. And
Mm,
that, yeah, that right there, just being able to breathe because somebody else is right next to you. That helps.
absolutely. Got to shout out our brother from the Philippines, all the way from the Philippines, watching Elevated Men in the United States, Kansas City, Missouri. What's up, brother? Kareem Jackson. We always love to have you in the place, my man. My man, thank you so much. Check him out. He owns Black Kansas City magazine. So definitely check that out. He's always been a supporter of us, and we're a supporter of him as well. But you said something major there. It allows you to breathe. Hold on, who is this popping in? Jay Todd. Listen, that is a good brother right there. My good brother, man. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you, bro. Um, so the ability to breathe, think about like when you're angry or when you're frustrated. There's like a physiological response to that. You know, a lot of times we find ourselves tightening up, right? You know, these frown lines, you know, that we get in our forehead. The restricted breathing, you know, we're restricting our blood vessels, and men pass away from sudden death heart attacks that are caused by stress. That's something that we know. That's science. That's real. And so having the ability to breathe just because you have other people around you that allow you to exhale at times, and maybe even bring a little bit of a smile to your face is everything. It's everything. Jay Todd, he says, I'm praying you know how much you're cherished and loved even during your solitude, brother. Thank you. Thank you. That was Kareem Jackson. That was in response to him. I'm feeling lonely AF right now myself. Um, I understand that. I understand that. And we're here for you. We're here for you. And so, you know, you can reach out to your brothers here at Elevated Men anytime. Um, so let's talk about the loneliness thing. Why do a lot of men end up feeling lonely or secluded?
So, wow. You mean how do a lot of men feel like me?
Talk
Uh,
about it.
let's talk about it. Let's do a little transparency since Kareem put himself out there like that. You know, I got this place and I can I can hear the echoes. I can hear the echoes. You know, there's no grandchildren running around. There's no woman in the house. It makes me feel as if I did something wrong. It makes me feel as if I did not do it all the way that I should have done. It makes me feel like I got exactly what I built. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Um, you know, so for those of you that don't know, I've been selling insurance for 15 years. And for a period of time, I focused on seniors. I work with a company that's all we did. We focus on the seniors. And so I've been to every high-rise building in Kansas City. Um, a lot of clients over the age of 60, 70, 80, who have retired. And so I've been able to see the end result of decisions that were made, as well as, because we always talk about, you know, poor decision making, but people that did not make a decision. And what I can say is that I have seen a lot of loneliness, kind of what Andrew described. Um, from your perspective, Drew, because you talked about it feels like you didn't do everything right. What does everything right look like? What would that end result look like?
Everything right looks like everything that I want right now, everything that I'm missing right now. I didn't plan properly. I did not commit. I did not. There's a whole list of things I did not, which echoes what I'm missing. And you know, you have this phrase that our community, it reflects us inside. You know, the status of the state of our community, and if it's in chaos, it's a possibility that we inside are in chaos. Well,
Uh,
there's nothing but echoes here, and when you get off of me, I want you to get back on to Kareem because he just got finished saying something seriously powerful.
hmm Shell76, she's with us on YouTube. We've been seeing you for the last couple of weeks. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Kareem Jackson, he said, yes, I'm here with folks and staff, but alone in the struggle. All on my shoulders, and we can be weak. They depend on us.
Wow.
LaRon, have you ever had people around you and still felt lonely?
Absolutely.
Because, you know, to the naked eye, that might seem like an oxymoron. Like you got people around you, but you're lonely. How is that possible?
Because you're inside of your head by yourself and you feel that you're the only one who understands you.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
You're the only one that understands you, and nobody understands my pain. Nobody understands my struggle. Nobody understands my fears or what keeps me up at night. Nobody understands but me. And when you feel like that, you feel lonely. When you feel like your spouse don't understand you. When you feel like, hey, I'm trying to do everything I can do, and nobody hears me. Nobody understands that this smile on my face is a facade. I think we all go through that at some point in life where we smile even through pain. We smile even through feeling alone. And that's why we need people around us who sense that. People around us who sees when our spirit is low. When we need that individual to say, hey, I see you. I recognize you. I understand your pain. That's when we need those people around us the most. Because just because you're lonely don't mean you're alone.
It looks like you hit the nail on the head. He said, yes, inside of my head. Yes, feeling not understood. Drew.
So we met a guy at the town hall, brother named Kerry, and he mentioned, let me ask you what, before I tell you what he mentioned, let me ask you this. If you hear some shooting outside, who are you going to call?
Sure not Ghostbusters.
The police.
You're going to call the police. If there's a fire, who are you going to call?
Firefighter.
If you get sick, who are you going to call?
My wife.
Hospital. Doctor.
That's a good one, Ron. And last one. If you need a job, who are you going to call?
An employer.
An employer. So all those persons are the ones that get these calls: the police officers, the doctors, the nurses, the employers, the bosses, the CEOs. They're the ones that get the calls.
Mm-hmm.
Who do they call?
Yeah.
Who can they call? Because like Kareem was saying, everything's on my shoulders. Everything's on my shoulders, you know, and that gets heavy at times. It gets heavy as hell. It gets misunderstood by people who are saying, damn it, where's my check? Damn it, how come you won't let us off today? Damn it, how come we got to work so hard? Damn it, I'm tired too.
Yeah. For those of you that are tuning in, we appreciate you. Make sure you share this conversation with your network. It's important because mental health does literally affect all of us. And like Andrew just said, heavy is the crown, basically. Those who help others tend to need help themselves. The therapist needs a therapist. The teacher needs a teacher. It continues on. And so even when we go back to our children, like one thing that you spoke about, LaRon, I know you work with the children, with your program, they feel the same way. I was looking at a statistic that says suicide is the leading cause of death among teenagers in America. It's an issue. It's an epidemic. It's a problem. But they have parents. They have someone that they could talk to. But like you said, a lot of times we end up just stuck in our head and we stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is? Even when there are people around, there are people we can vent to. There are people we can talk to. We can ask questions. Is it something that they haven't done? Is it something inside of us just that innately says I'm going to handle my problems on my own? Is it embarrassment?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I mean, I'll say a few things. Like you said, that is one. Embarrassment, not feeling like we're able to articulate ourselves well either. I don't know how to say this. I may be judged. They may look at me a certain way for a long time. I may be misunderstood. You know, I know people even right now who deal with homosexuality and they don't know how to come out with it because it's an issue that they deal with. At the end of the day, it's more challenging. I'm gonna be judged. This is going on right here. They're not gonna love me. I'm not gonna be accepted. So there's many different reasons why we don't express ourselves and we stay in our head. But the main reason is judgment, it's fear, it's not being accepted. Because we all want to be accepted in some type of way. Each and every last one of us. Humans are social beings. We want to be accepted. We have to socialize. And when we're kicked from a group or disassociated, when it
Hmm.
comes to something that we really want to be a part of, it hurts. And so I'd rather keep it inside so that I can stay here and be accepted by everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Let me add to that. And this is just, I want to take a straw poll of the fellas on here. Have you ever said to yourself, you know what? I done talked to people, I done talked to my friends, it's the same old stories. Like, I'm tired of complaining. I'm just tired of, I'm tired of this. I'm just tired of saying this, so just fuck it. I don't want to say anything about it right now. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I need action. I need some active steps to move me from here to here, because right now I'm stuck in my life. I'm stuck in my head, and I don't even know how to explain it to my friends. And I don't want to keep boring them and bugging them and bringing them down, because the shit gets heavy when they do it to me. I just
Mhm,
don't want to be that guy right now,
mhm,
but I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of comments here that I want to address, but before I do that, at the mental health town hall, that reminds me of a lady that stood up and she was asking a question of our government officials. It was about her son. She's been dealing with her son. He's having mental health struggles, housing instability, employment instability. And she's like, I'm asking everybody for help. Everywhere I go to these meetings and, I hear a lot of lip service and, they say, oh, we're here to help. But then when it comes down to it, nobody has helped her with her son, just like you illustrated. Nobody's been able to move them from here to here. And so, are we failing each other as a community when it comes to really rallying around those who need support and help and taking action versus just providing them with words?
Dude, Kareem just got finished ending up with one that said, just get up and make money, man. And there are people with money that they are lonely as hell. There are people with things, they are lonely as hell. I think we just got finished talking about, when you put all your effort into your career or into your path or outside of your house. And when I'm talking about outside of your house, I'm talking about outside your physical house and outside of your figurative house, because you're building all this stuff around you. And when you wake up one day, nobody's there, because everybody you worked for have grown and gone off into their lives. Everything that you've worked for is not inside of you. And then you just wonder, oh, man, what the fuck did I do all this for? Money?
Mm, mm. Shao 76, she said, even with people around, I often feel lonely as I'm working on healing and advancing my career while unlearning outdated belief systems. It can be quite isolating when you're striving to level up. Oh man, I went through that process. I had a certain group of friends, and let me clarify. A lot of times we tie everything to money, so we say leveling up, and we start thinking about money and cutting people off because I'm trying to make money and you're not. But it could be as simple as I'm changing my internal belief system.
mhm,
My moral standard is changing. And so I'm
mhm.
leveling up in that area. And so now I have to cut ties with people who are pulling me down and they have a lower level of belief, as
Yeah.
far as what they should and shouldn't do, what's moral, what's immoral. Um, and there is a separation process and it does get lonely. But what I would encourage you to do, there are there are places that you can connect with other people who are on the same path. LeBron, we do our show on Sunday mornings. where we kind of talk about that, the power of associations. We did that a couple weeks ago. Can you speak to someone who's actually looking for that tribe? What should they do?
Absolutely. First thing is you got to know where you're going. What do I want? Where am I going? Because when you know where you're going, where if you want to be a speaker, you need to be around speakers. If you want to be a better athlete and you want to get in the gym and become more fit, you want to hang around people who are in that industry. Whatever industry that you want to be good at and be proficient at and great at, you want to invest in that. You want to get around people in workshops. You want to go to seminars. You want to get in groups on Facebook. You want to connect with the community. You want to see what's going on in your city and state. Like Google it. Put yourself in the room, because again, associations matter, but a lot of time we associate with people who are not really advancing us. They're just good conversation. And so know the difference between someone who's good conversation and people who's there for your acceleration and your elevation. And those people are in groups and or in workshops or in places where people are actually investing in them, because you don't go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team.
Mm, I
Can I
agree.
can I add to that? You go to all those places outside of your home, and right now I am inside of my home, and I'm wondering, I'm wondering, where is my commitment level? What is my commitment level to? And who has my commitment level not been to?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, if I want somebody in my home, have I committed to that somebody? Have I chosen my peace? You know, yeah, I want my peace. I'm good. Or have I chosen my loneliness? Because can't have it both ways. I don't think. At least I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
add to that real quick, if you don't mind. I used to be an individual who stayed in the house. Look, I'm a homebody, to be honest. I just rather be around my wife and kids. I'm chill. I don't have to get out and do nothing. Look, I go to church. I'm back home. Hey, simple life. But
Mhm.
what I realized was that in order for me to grow in the business realm, in order for me to grow in the community, I had to put myself out there. I had to stop sitting in the house all the time. I had to realize, look, at one point in time, some of us, we like to chill at the mall. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to the mall, but where is that? How is that advancing you? How's that connecting you with your tribe? The people that you can help you. There are networking groups. Find
Right.
some networking groups. Find these places, and then you'll start being more. You'll be more filled and on fire to say, you know
Mhm.
what? Hey, they doing something, and I'm doing. I like this. And now your mind is on things that are advancing you, things that get you excited, things that you can say, you know what? This is giving my life meaning. Versus focus on those low things, those things that are draining you, pulling, taking from your time, not getting you anywhere. So when you look up, you looking at yourself saying, man, I'm not happy with where I am today. And that's when we start feeling bad and lonely with inside, when we're not happy with ourselves and where we are.
Dude got finished saying something about being excited
Mhm.
about something. You know, right now, I don't have anything on my calendar but doctor's appointments. I'm not excited about those. I was excited about the Elevated Man Town Hall, and I couldn't sleep the night before. I was excited about the working up to that. But right now, I've stopped myself. I've stopped working my net. I've stopped being out there where the world is. I've stopped dreaming right now. I'm resting. And right now I'm tired of resting and I don't know how to get back started and I don't know which direction I want to go. So yeah, I need to get outside of myself. I need to pour into others. I need to find where my gift is needed, plant it so that will begin to grow, and then hopefully so will I. Does that make
Mm,
That right there, growth is the depression killer.
Mhm.
mm.
Uh,
Come on. I like that.
when something is depressed, it's leaning more towards death than life. And so
Come
when
on.
we're advancing, when we're moving forward, when we're doing, action is growth. Therefore, it's life.
Mhm.
Mm. Come
Um,
on. Powerful.
there were a couple things that you said that were kind of like it reminds me of just dating, like a dating analogy. So, LaRon, you said that when you're looking for people that can help you accelerate, you want people of a certain mindset. And so when a
Mm-hmm.
person is dating, let's just go with the man. He said, man, I keep finding the wrong type of woman. All she wants to do is party. All she wants to do is show herself. All she wants to do. Where'd you find her at? The club. Oh, man, the
Uh-oh.
lady, she finds them all out. Everybody just these dope boys, this and that. Where'd you find them at? Ah, outside, right? But why aren't you going to community events? Why aren't you going to maybe church? Why aren't you going to
Mm-hmm.
places where the type of man or woman that you want dwells?
Yeah.
And so when you're reconfiguring your network, you have to determine what type of person am I trying to connect with and go where they are. So they're not coming to you. You have to go where they are. And then to what Andrew said, I feel lonely because now I don't have the excitement that I had when I was working on a specific project. When men feel useless, that is the most dangerous place that we could possibly be. When we talk about the suicide rate, it literally ties to the feeling of uselessness. So, how do you make yourself useful? You insert yourself into situations. You
Mm-hmm.
continue to do something. And so, when I was saying there's that dating analogy, what happens to a relationship that doesn't have anything to look forward to? Whether it's we're working towards buying a new home, we're thinking about moving, we're working toward if you're not working towards anything, if you haven't created something to look forward to, you have no energy, you have no reason. And it's a tough spot to be. It's a tough spot to be. And so, like you said, Lauren, you do want to make sure that you're around people who are moving, have things going on, connect with a group, so that if when you're not excited, when you don't feel that excitement, you can feed off of theirs, and that can give you energy to grow and encourage you to do things. So I love that. I love that.
Absolutely.
Kareem Jackson said, "I'm just tired, mentally
Uh,
tired." Oh, damn. Sorry.
Lucretia said everyone's married at the community events. Not everybody. Not
Not
everybody. Not
everybody.
everybody.
Not everybody. Not
Mm.
everybody. And see, the thing
So
is, if you go to those community events and you meet people, including the wives of those married men, they actually host things at their house, and not everybody that is invited is married because they are inviting their immediate circle that they trust, that they vouch for, that they believe in, that they love, and that's all they're sharing is their love with their loved ones. And if you actually build your network, they will invite you too because they love you, and you will start to meet other people.
that's right. That's right.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
so go ahead.
Now I was gonna say I was reading what Brother Kareem had up, and you said that, and he said yes. Maybe I'm just mentally tired, and here it is. If you are mentally tired, take a mental break, whatever that means for you. If you need to go on vacation, go on vacation. If you need to separate and isolate yourself on a secluded island, seclude yourself, whatever that is for you. Meditation, getting away from people, if whatever that is, you got to take your mental break. You hear what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when that's where we get our mental health issues because we don't take a mental break. We don't know when to pull away. We don't know, we don't say, you know what, this is overwhelming. I need to step back for a moment. I'm frustrated. I'm irritated. I need to do something else. And we let it build so much to where when it builds to a certain level, it's like, tired of this. I can't take it no more. And then we snap and we react or we break down and we're in a hospital. We have a panic attack. Nah, don't let that happen to you. We take a mental break, whatever that means, and don't apologize.
Understand that
That's
every
like a toddler or a baby. They don't understand what's wrong with them. They can't identify the problem. Have you ever had a baby that's just crying and crying? It's like, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? And then eventually they fall asleep. They wake up. They're happy.
Yeah,
It's that
mental
break.
break.
It's that mental break, And so
That mental
sometimes like
break.
we run and we run and we run, and our mind is going even when our body is not. You know, that's what causes those restless nights where you lay there, you're not physically doing anything, but your mind is always working, it's always running. And so, especially for someone like Kareem, he's got multiple businesses. I can only imagine. And I know a little bit, I understand from my own experience, but your mind is always working on something, trying to solve this issue, trying to increase revenue, trying to manage people. You have to take those mental breaks. And I'm talking to myself as well. So I feel you there, brother. You're not alone. You are not alone. It says, what if you can't or don't have time to take a mental break? I have
So,
been there too. Andrew.
so understand that. Oh man, hold on.
By the way, shout out Diamond. That's my brother Diamond. I want to acknowledge him right now. That's my brother from another mother. Good to have you on, family.
What if you don't have time to take a mental break? Can you all see that? Can you all see that? What if you don't have time to take a mental break?
Time gonna keep on ticking.
Time's going to keep on ticking. So what's going to happen is you're going to either run out of time, still frustrated. You're going to break. Your mind's going to break. Your body is telling you and your mind is telling you mental break. Either take a break or I'm going to break.
Mm.
And you are running out of time because I am still frustrated. I am empty. If you don't do something different, I am telling you what I need. You are echoing what I've told you what I need. You either be attentive to what I said, what I feel, or I am going to shut down some kind of way. So what if you can't take a mental break? Okay, I'll take one for you.
Hey, I mean, full transparency, Drew. How many times have you seen that happen to me?
Dude. Hey, we had to send the paramedics to his house 5 different times. He just went, phone wasn't answering. Hey, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, about the paramedics, but not the phone.
And when you that's hilarious. And when you don't take a mental break, you got to think about it. Everything that you are in charge of or you managing suffers. So when you don't take a mental break, you're not at your best, and everything that you create never comes out as its best. And so sometimes it's good to just pull back and say, you know what? When I come back, I'm gonna be better. Going along with your analogy, Andrew, as you said, when a baby sleeps, they forget all about their troubles and what they was whining about, what was going on. Sometimes, I was in this training last week, and I was in Denver, Colorado, and I was going through some training, and I got irritated, I got frustrated, and because I kept doing the same thing over the same thing and the same thing, and then I was just like, I'm tired, bro. I'm exhausted. I'm not getting this the way I want to get it. And I said, I need to sleep on it. Because I remember that when I slept on it before, the next day I woke up, it clicked. And sometimes that pull away, that mental break that we make time for, because we understand that the only way that we're going to come back better is by separating ourselves from it, breathing, mentally breathing, doing some activity, thinking of something different, watching TV. If it's a Chiefs game, watch the Chiefs game. Whatever it is, take a breather and then come back to that thing. And when we come back to that thing, we realize that we're way better at handling that thing, that problem, even that situation, whatever it is, our children, our spouse. It helps us so when we come back, we're thinking with clarity and also we can make the right decision. So a mental break, look, it's not an option for me.
Hey, put up Shao 76's 821 comment, please. 821.
All right, 1 second. She said, "Don't cut corners with your body; it keeps score." I just want to, go with
That
what
was
Ron
good.
was saying. Take a break whenever needed, but don't be stuck there. Absolutely.
That's good.
All right, back to 821. Okay, yes, emotional. Yes, I'm tired. Let's see. Here we go. Even with people around, I often feel lonely as I'm working on healing and advancing my career while unlearning outdated belief systems. It can be quite isolating when you're striving to level up.
Okay, so the way that I want to read that, and forgive me, Kareem, if I butcher what you may be feeling, But I want to think of this as a person who has multiple businesses or is thinking about their businesses, and what has gotten their business there is what they know. And right now they may be plateaued, they may be trying to figure out how I'm going to keep the money coming in, where the new audience is. They're thinking about everything they're thinking about, so they have to unlearn their outdated, their yesterday's beliefs that got them where they are right now. In fact, I got this book. I don't know if you can see it right. What got you here won't get you there. And there is tomorrow. Here is where you are right now. The thing is if you understand that it's okay to ask for help, you don't have to think of everything. Your mind does not have to be focused on everything. You can say, you know what, colleague, friend, these are the things that I'm thinking about, but I can't seem to make them connect. What am I missing? Because maybe somebody has been there. Maybe somebody can actually tell you how they jump started their brain, how they actually got through writer's block or builder's block, or whatever the case may be. Because the fatigue just might be, I'm just tired of focusing on this because I, I, I can't figure out which direction.
Mm, mm. That's true. That's true. So we got Keith Cooper, man. Thanks for tuning in. That's one of our other brothers. He's an elevating man as well. It's difficult at times to pull away without feeling guilty, knowing that something is left hanging. Bro, I live there. I live there. I can't put it down because I feel like I'm leaving something hanging. There's so many moving parts to my life, so many things I have to do, so many responsibilities. Man, I don't have the answer, brother. Can y'all help me and Keith out?
Dude,
What do we do?
call a single mother. How many? Call about 4 different single mothers tonight or tomorrow and ask them, how do they actually juggle everything that they cannot let fall?
Mm,
Everything. And forgive me for using this stereotype, but what I'd ask you to consider is making a list of everything that's on your mind, everything that you cannot let fall, everything that you need to do. Make that list. And if you need to go to a second and fifth page, go to a second and fifth page. But once you make that list and you see everything that's in here, you see it clearly, hopefully then you begin to put numbers beside them, prioritizing what can wait till the end of the month, what can wait till the end of the quarter, what is not going to kill me, what does need to happen right now. Because if you can actually see what's in here, you will start to uncloud everything that's rolling just like this. Because right now it's just so cluttered and muddled, and it's tiring just trying to figure out, what do I need to do first.
Well, see, this is a hard loop. This is a hard loop because I'm there. You know, because there's single mothers and fathers. And it's the same struggle both ways. So you know, you got to juggle the bills, the cleaning, the cooking, the discipline, the organizing things for the children, the running to the store, the getting them where they need to be. It's a lot, and there's only 24 hours a day, and you need to sleep 6 to 8 of them. And so
You mean
it's
fathers do
tough.
that too?
Yeah, we do.
let, let
We
me
do.
let me let me say this. Let me add
Yeah.
this. Like, now, this may be, you'll catch it. When you think about it, the first thing I would ask the question is why do we feel the guilt? Why do we feel guilty that we are human and we can't manage everything at one time? Who told us that we are wrong for being human? Who told us that we are wrong for things not being perfect, for things slipping through the cracks at times? Who told us that? And when we get to the root of that, we told ourselves that because we were told or made to believe that to feel bad because we're not perfect. We only got 24 hours. One thing I had to realize, y'all, is, and this is personally for me too, that all you can do is all you can do. Williams wrote a book. He said, all you can do is all you can do. And when all you can do is all you can do, just make sure all you can do was enough. Man, look, we ain't got to feel guilty, y'all. And that's one thing that I've dealt with as well. So I'm speaking to myself as well, bro. Like at the end of the day, look, you only do have 24 hours. And that doesn't mean you have a full 24 hours of energy. You got to rest sometime. You got to sit down and take a mental break. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to get done the most important things. And then the rest I can do tomorrow. And when I don't get done tomorrow, I can get done the next day. And when I don't get done that next day, I can get done the next day. Because life is going to move on. We just want to make sure that we're doing the main thing. And the main thing is in alignment with our goals and our vision. If our family's number one, we make sure we treat them first. If God is number one, we make sure we treat him first. If our business is number one, we make sure we treat that first. But I'm telling you, better get that order right. Because if you don't get that order right, it's going to collapse anyway. Because you got the house built upside down.
And while all that's happening,
mm-hmm.
the sands of time are passing.
Now,
Oh,
now how
now,
about
now I
this?
got to ask this question. Well, we cannot skip this question because we're on it right now. Now Kareem, he asked the men, but you know we got ladies on here, and it's all the same. Do you ever get tired of being the provider? So again, we're talking about mental health. You know, all the things you have on your shoulders, all the responsibilities. Do you ever get tired of it?
Okay, so one thing I want to say before we talk just about the men is, well, you kind of alluded to
No,
that.
this ain't just about the men. This is
It
yeah,
can't be
it's
because
everybody.
many of us
No,
don't raise the kids while doing the business, while being the candle maker, while being the what else to shout, the residential care service, while all of these dang on things, because the kids still need. And yeah, so that's one
hey,
thing.
hey, bro. Guess what else? They don't just need; they want to.
Dude. And if they don't, then they start to sneak. And
Mhm.
then that brings more to your plate. Wow, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. What was
Well, I
the
mean, and
question?
then that's where this whole mental health thing comes in because now your mind is so cluttered between what you have to do, what you need to do, and let's not forget,
That's
we
good.
want things too,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about needs and priorities, and prioritize business, and those are have tos, but we're still human. We want some stuff too, right?
Yeah.
We want a vacation, maybe we want a new car, we want some new clothes. Sometimes we want, and so it's tough. It's tough. And then we have our kids. They have their needs, but they also have some wants. And when you love your children, you want to be able to supply them with all of their needs and at least some of their wants. And some of those wants they include time,
Yeah.
right? And so it is difficult. It is difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's tough.
that's the thing. We got to be okay with time. And time, the only person who has control of that is God. Point blank, period. The only thing that we can do in the process of time, and time is an illusion. We know that. So the only thing we can do in the moment and now is what we can do now and in the moment. If we don't have certain resources right now, we don't worry about the resources. We create it.
So I want to say something along those lines. I keep talking about this, and y'all can see how much sand is up here, right? Since I first
Mhm.
brought it over, and all this sand is. Imagine those persons who are over 50, over 60, over 70. Imagine those persons who are over 50, over 60, over 70. Imagine those persons who are 40 and still have not gotten the foundation that they're seeking. Imagine the people that start to feel as if they're running out of time. Imagine the people that put this stress on them. What this also says is, yes, you are running out of time. So why don't you actually listen to what your mind is saying? And if you need a mental break, if you need to unlearn everything that got you here, if you need to invent yourself, if you need to change directions, this is your world. Choose you. Do what you need to do because time is running out, whether you choose you or not, whether you do something about that mind being tired or not.
Mm-hmm.
Then I almost feel like we should end on that. Like, my goodness,
Time waits for no one.
time
No
waits
one.
for no one. And so we have to prioritize, like you said, Laron. Well, first, before we can prioritize, we have to figure out exactly what it is that we want. And that's where a lot of us get stuck, especially men. We can't make a decision to save our lives. Now, LeBron, I commend you. Married young. You decided on your career, your path, and your passion, and you've been going for it. A lot of us, man, listen, we spend our whole life not willing to make a decision. We don't pick a woman, a career, or nothing. Right? Because we have this false perception that once we choose, we've narrowed down our options and we're always looking like the eye is never full or it's never satisfied.
Yeah.
It kills so many of us. It kills so many of us. So if you're watching this and you've been hearing this whole conversation, you know, a couple things I could leave you with personally, and I'd like you all to do the same, is to get clear on your vision. And for you to get clear on your vision, that requires you to make a decision that is going to cut off some things, and you have to be okay with that. Right? We always try to find some solution that's going to give us everything that we want. It doesn't exist. I figured it out. I figured it out. You are not going to get everything, right? But decide what's important to you and make a decision and commit to
Yeah.
it. Once you do
Amen.
that, now you've got a picture that you can prioritize. So now you say, okay, this is important top to bottom. And like Laurent said, focus on what's most important and then spend your time accordingly. And so those are my bits of wisdom that I got from this conversation. Laurent, what did you get from it?
Well, I would say we talk about loneliness, and when you talk about having a focus that gets you excited, it takes you out of a place of loneliness because you are living in purpose. You're living in excitement. You're living in joy. You're living in a place that takes you out of feeling like it's only me. And so focusing on things that are uplifting, things that are putting you in the pursuit of your goals and dreams, things that are directing you, that right there, you don't have no time to be lonely when you're focused. So find out what it is that your heart desires. And even if you have a job, even if you're managing kids, you're married, listen, that's my life. I'm doing all of it right now. But I got extreme joy. I got extreme happiness. I'm living my blessed life, my best life. It's my attitude towards life. Yes, purpose, passion, and principle are key. And so focusing on purpose, passion, and keeping the principle, the main thing, the main things, that right there will take you out of that place of loneliness and really put you on the top of life. And now you can help people. You can have joy on the inside. Your family can be blessed because the people around you will only be blessed when you're at your best.
Mm.
Good.
AB, give us some words of wisdom. What did you draw from this conversation?
Mm.
Oh man, don't
Our
put Miles Monroe up, man. That is
hey,
my mentor right there.
I'm listening
hey,
to him more and more now.
hey. So this word right here, we don't truly understand our real power. This word here, right here, we don't understand our character. And this word right here, we don't understand that we are our leaders. We don't have to look outside. We don't have to go find. We can actually build our character that says, am I actually lonely because I am afraid to continue living my best life? Because that state of mind, that state of mind, let's say just here in America, there are 50 different states that you can choose to place your mind in. And like Kareem did, there are multiple countries that you can place your mind, that you can place the state of your mind in. There are different places that you can uproot if you are not afraid of continuing to grow, continuing to live, continuing to strive and build something else. Or are you just protecting this comfort that is no longer comfortable?
Mm, mm. There's one last question. This is the last one because we don't like to leave any of our people hanging. Brother Damon Durant, he said, doesn't sometimes when you're focused, it means you got to be lonely. To that, I would say no. And that's something that I just learned recently from personal experience. Will you have times that you need to be alone doing your work? Yes. Do you have to be lonely? No, because you can go a lot further with the team than you can alone. And that's something that I've just learned very recently is that you need to find your tribe. Right. So if you have a goal and you have a mission that you're trying to accomplish, it is much better for you to find a tribe so that you're not lonely as you're building. You don't want to be dealing with that mental health struggle, while you're trying to build something. And so find your tribe. Will you have times that you're alone in your work? Absolutely. But that's just like having an 8-hour work day where you work from home and it's just you. That's
Mhm.
that type of
Yeah.
loneliness. But completely alone, a lot of times that is our own mind that's telling us that we're putting ourselves in that situation. Find your tribe. Find your tribe.
You know, what I'd like to ask you to do is examine yourself, examine how you feel when you actually help somebody. And I'm not talking about give something to somebody, but I'm talking about you have helped somebody in a way that has brought them to tears from so much joy because you actually they couldn't figure it out. And it was something, it was simple to you. And when you just shared it with them or walked them there or held their hand or gave them that hug, it was exactly what they needed. And when I say that, that something from somebody else is more powerful than, oh man, it's kind of the purpose of us, the purpose of we, the purpose of togetherness, the purpose of union, the purpose of all of that stuff that defeats lonely.
Mm.
Love it. Love it. Listen, every Monday we're here having this conversation. And so make sure that you tune in, put it on your calendars every Monday night at 8 p.m. Brother Damon, I want to invite you
His name is
personally.
Brother Diamond. Diamond. I want to make
Diamond.
the correct Diamond.
Okay,
Yeah,
I want to
Diamond.
make sure I got it right. Diamond. I want to invite you personally. So, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we're going to have our Man Cave Prayer Breakfast. It's something that we do every single month. It's at the Oasis Church in Raytown, Missouri. I know that you and LaRon have a relationship. So, LaRon, if you can get them that information. And for those of you who are watching, make sure that you let the men in your life know that there's a tribe of men that they can connect with so they can learn and grow together. On this one, it's actually men and boys at the round table. And so we're going to be having a conversation. If you have teenage boys, we want them to be there because we want them to start sharing in the conversation and the growth that we're having with Elevating Men. Be looking out for the flyer that's going to be coming out very soon. But listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. We also want you to catch up on all of our past content. We also want you to check out our mental health town hall recap video. You can go to YouTube, search Elevating Men, or you can go to our Facebook page at Elevating Men. Listen, we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Shell 76, I'm going to end with this. She said, your live sessions are essential for keeping me motivated and ready for the week. I'm grateful for your help, gratitude, and you being here keeps us motivated. It's essential for us and it keeps us ready. And so we thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week. Peace.